Welcome to the Nomadic Spaces podcast, where we talk all things interior design, tiny houses, and happy homes. Each week, we explore different interior design strategies, the unique challenges of small spaces, and delve into the incredible lifestyle of tiny homes. Whether you're a fellow tiny house dweller or simply have an interest in interior design, this show has something for you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Nomadic Spaces podcast. I am your host, Sarah Bronstein with Suka Interior Design. And today's episode, I'm hoping will be really helpful, is some really simple interior design tips that will instantly refresh your space. Tiny home, big home, whatever it is, just a room, any type of space, these tips are guaranteed to help refresh that space. So I hope that you find this helpful and inspired to play around a little bit. If you have been feeling like you're stuck in a rut with your living space, it is definitely the episode for you. It's time to shake things up. We're gonna breathe some new life into your home, and we're gonna do so with some of these interior design ideas. You've probably heard me talk about how our surroundings have such a profound impact on our mood, productivity, and overall well-being before. But this is one of the reasons I think it's really essential to periodically refresh and revitalize our living spaces. So if you haven't done this in a while, I hope this will inspire you to do so. Whether you're just craving a change of scenery or looking to inject a dose of inspiration into your home or ready to take your spring cleaning game to the next level, this episode is going to help you really harness the power of interior design. And this is the perfect way to instantly transform your space. So today we're going to explore just a myriad of creative ideas to revamp your home and create a sanctuary that really reflects your unique style and personality. Like most of my content, I really hope that this is not only educational for you on kind of the design strategy and science, but also inspires you to take action and really start to experience the benefits a well-designed space brings to everyday life. That said, let's get into it. Number 1, declutter and simplify. I feel like I can already hear the chorus of groans because I say decluttering all the time, but decluttering is like hitting the reset button for your home. It really clears away the chaos and creates a blank canvas for your future design endeavors. So before diving into any major design changes, or what I would call the fun stuff, it's really crucial to tackle the clutter head on and create a clean and organized foundation for us to work on. Not only does decluttering instantly make your space feel larger and more open, it also paves the way for a more peaceful and serene atmosphere. So why is decluttering the first step in refreshing your space, you ask? Well, picture this. You walk into a room filled to the brim with knickknacks and piles of papers and assortments of random items scattered about. It's overwhelming, chaotic, and probably downright stressful. And now imagine that same room with the clutter cleared away, surfaces gleaming, and everything's in its rightful place. Oh, so much better, right? Decluttering not only improves the aesthetic appeal of your space, but it also has a profound impact on your mental clarity and overall sense of well-being. Let's talk about some tips for organizing and minimizing clutter. Are you ready to roll up your sleeves and dive into decluttering? Let's start by tackling one area at a time. So whether it's a cluttered closet or an overflowing bookshelf, or maybe it's like a super chaotic kitchen countertop, let's start in one place. Sort through the belongings ruthlessly and separate the items into piles. Keep, donate, or toss. Be really honest with yourself about what you truly need and love, and don't be afraid to let go of items that no longer serve you. If they don't have a purpose or bring you joy, chances are it's time to let them go. My pro tip is, if you are finding it hard to throw things away or to put anything into the donate or toss piles, here's a little tip I use myself, and that is give yourself permission to keep the toss and donate piles for a specific amount of time after decluttering. So you'll go through the process as instructed. You'll box up, this part's important, you're gonna package up all of the toss pile, and you're gonna package up all the items in the donate pile, and you're gonna put them somewhere out of the way, like maybe a garage, or if you're like me and don't have one, maybe it's the trunk of your car. And if during the allocated time period, say it's 2 weeks, could be longer, whatever you feel comfortable with. If during that allocated time period, whatever it is, you end up wanting to use or wear an item from one of those piles, you are totally allowed to go retrieve and keep that item. It means you use it. At the end of the time allocation, take the boxes of the remaining items to donate or toss with the peace of mind that you actually won't miss anything in there. Do not go through them again. You're only going in there to get items that you are actually looking for or missed during that time period. Hi friends, I hope you are enjoying this show. Listening to podcasts and reading blogs like this is a great way to gain knowledge. But to really make change, you need to take action. Luckily, taking action doesn't have to be overwhelming, timely, or expensive. My Desk Refresh Guide is a great resource you can download totally free from the link in the show notes. This guide will break down the redesign process into simple, actionable steps with tangible results to transform your space without spending a cent. Now let's get back to the episode. All right, so once you've decluttered, you want to focus on organizing the remaining items that we're keeping in a way that's both functional and visually pleasing. Invest in storage solutions such as baskets and bins or shelves to help corral clutter and keep everything neat and tiny. Here are some suggestions for storage solutions. To keep clutter at bay in the long term, it's really essential to invest in storage solutions that work for your lifestyle and your space. Consider incorporating multifunctional furniture with built-in storage, such as ottomans with hidden compartments, or even coffee tables with drawers. Maximize vertical space with wall-mounted shelves or maybe floating cabinets to display items while keeping other surfaces clear. Drawer dividers, closet organizers, and underbed storage bins are also really valuable tools for maximizing space and keeping clutter under control. By implementing these storage solutions, you can help maintain a clean and organized home that's a joy to live in for years to come. I cannot even tell you how good a feeling it is to know where everything in your house is. It's one of the best feelings in the world. Number 2, bring in nature. Incorporating greenery into your interior design scheme isn't just about adding a touch of nature, it's about infusing your space with life and vitality and a breath of fresh air. From lush foliage to delicate succulents, plants have the power to transform any room into a vibrant oasis that's super beautiful and healthy. So why exactly should you be considering a little bit of green into your home? Let's talk about the plethora of benefits of having plants in your living space. First and foremost, plants are natural air purifiers. So they filter out toxins and pollutants from the air and release oxygen in return. Not only does this improve the air quality in your home, but it also has a positive impact on your health and well-being, reducing the risk of respiratory issues and boosting your mood and productivity. Additionally, studies have shown that being surrounded by plants can actually help reduce stress and anxiety and fatigue and create a calmer and more relaxing atmosphere. So now that you're sold on the benefits of incorporating plants into your home, let's talk about some ideas of how to do it. Living rooms, bathrooms, every space in between, there are endless opportunities to introduce greenery into your interior design decor. So start by selecting a variety of plants in different sizes and shapes and textures to create visual interest and depth. You want to place larger plants like palm trees or maybe fiddle leaf fig palms in empty corners or as focal points, while smaller plants like succulents or pothos vines can be grouped together on shelves or mantles or coffee tables to add a pop of color. But what if you are lacking in the green thumb department? Not to worry. Here are some low maintenance plant options that require minimal care and attention. Snake plants, for example, are virtually indestructible and can thrive in low light conditions with infrequent watering. Similarly, peace lilies are known for their air purifying properties. They can tolerate low light and occasional neglect. Their low maintenance options include succulents, spider plants, and ZZ plants, all of which require little more than a sunny spot and occasional watering to thrive. It's also been shown that fake plants have the same benefits as real plants, minus the air purifying, of course. But from a mental health perspective, fake plants have the same effect. So worst case scenario, can't handle keeping a real plant alive, opt for some fake ones. Number 3 is play with color. Talked about this before, but color really has the power to completely transform a space. It evokes emotions, it sets the mood, and creates a sense of harmony or contrast. Whether you're craving a cozy retreat feel or maybe a more vibrant gathering space, harnessing the magic of color is one of the quickest and most effective ways to refresh your home. So let's take a quick dive into the world of color psychology and explore how you can use color to breathe new life into your space. So let's talk about the impact of color. Before you pick up a paintbrush or splurge on throw pillows, it's important to understand the impact of color on mood and atmosphere. Warm hues like reds, oranges, and yellows are typically known for their energizing and stimulating effects, making them perfect for social spaces like living rooms and dining areas and kitchens. On the other hand, cooler tones such as blues and greens and purples tend to have a more calming and soothing quality. So this would make them ideal for bedrooms, maybe quiet reading nooks. Neutral colors like whites and grays and beiges provide a more versatile backdrop that can be paired with any color scheme to add depth and balance to a room. Now that you've got a little grasp on the psychology of color, let's talk about some suggestions for incorporating color into your home. Painting an accent wall in a bold color can instantly add drama and personality and contrast to a room. Wall wallpaper with a vibrant pattern or print can create visual interest and intrigue. Don't forget about accessories. Throw pillows, rugs, curtains, artwork, these are all really great opportunities to inject pops of color into your space without committing to a permanent change like paint or wallpaper. For those who prefer a more subtle approach, consider incorporating color through small decorative accents like vases or candles or maybe picture frames. So are you ready to take your color game to the next level? Let's now talk about some tips for experimenting with different color combinations. Experimenting with color combinations, in my opinion, is where the fun begins. So start by choosing a base color as your anchor. And that means the dominant hue that's going to set the tone for the room. Then layer in complementary or contrasting colors to add depth and dimension. You can consider using a color wheel as a guide to help you find harmonious color schemes, or you can just draw inspiration from nature, art, or fashion. Don't be afraid to mix and match different shades and tones to create a cohesive palette that reflects your own personal style and taste. It's okay if it's not trending on Instagram or TikTok. Remember, the beauty of color is that it's entirely subjective. So trust your instincts and have fun with it. Number 4, mix and match textures. Texture is like the unsung hero of interior design. It adds depth, a dimension, and a tactile appeal to a space in ways that color and pattern alone cannot achieve. From the softness of a plush rug to the roughness of a weathered wood surface, incorporating a variety of textures into your home is the key to creating a visually intriguing and inviting environment. So let's explore the wonderful world of texture and how you can use it to instantly refresh your space. Let's talk about how texture adds visual interest. So it creates depth and contrast that keeps the eye engaged and the space feeling dynamic. Smooth surfaces like glass or polished metal reflect light and create a sense of sleekness, while more rough textures like brick or stone add character and authenticity. Mixing textures not only adds tactile appeal, but it also enhances the overall aesthetic of the room, and it makes it feel more layered, more lived in, and more visually stimulating. So now let's talk about some ideas for incorporating different textures. There are endless possibilities for incorporating different textures into your interior design scheme, from textiles to furniture to decorative items and even architectural elements. Start by layering textiles like throw pillows, throw blankets, area rugs in a variety of materials such as velvet, linen, wool, even faux fur, which add warmth and softness to the space. You can introduce tactile elements through furniture pieces in areas like upholstered chairs, leather sofas, or rattan accent pieces that really invite touch and create visual interest. And don't forget about decorative items like woven baskets, ceramic vases, or metallic accents that add depth and dimension to shelving and tabletops. So now here's a little bit of guidance on how to balance textures. So when it comes to mixing textures, the key is to strike a balance between different elements so that we're creating a harmonious and inviting feel overall. Aim for a mix of rough and smooth textures, hard and soft surfaces, and shiny and matte finishes to create the contrast and visual intrigue. Make sure to consider the overall style and mood that you want to achieve in your space. Whether it's cozy and inviting or sleek and modern, choose textures that complement and enhance that vibe. And please remember, there's no right or wrong way to mix textures. Just trust your instincts and experiment until you find a combo that feels right for you and your space. Number 5, update lighting. The lighting in a room plays such a crucial role in shaping the mood and ambiance, and it really needs to be a key consideration when updating the design of any space. Lighting does not just illuminate the room, it also sets the tone for how it feels and functions. Soft, warm lighting can create a cozy and inviting atmosphere, which is perfect for relaxation, while bright, task-oriented lighting is essential for areas like kitchens and home offices, where functionality is paramount. By recognizing the importance of lighting and design, homeowners can effectively enhance the overall look and feel of their rooms. So now let's talk about a few suggestions for updating lighting fixtures. When we're updating lighting fixtures, it's really essential to consider both the functionality and the style. So opt for fixtures that not only provide the adequate light, but also complement the room's aesthetic. Statement pendant lights, sleek track lighting, or elegant chandeliers can serve as focal points and add a touch of sophistication to any space. Additionally, try to incorporate dimmer switches, which allows for greater control over the intensity of lighting, and it enables residents to adjust the ambiance according to their preferences and needs throughout the day. Now let's get into a few tips for layering lighting. To achieve a well-balanced lighting scheme, layering different types of lighting sources is key. So this involves combining ambient, task, and accent lighting to create depth and dimension within the room. Ambient lighting provides overall illumination, think overhead lights, while task lighting is focused on specific areas where activities like reading or cooking take place. An example would be like a desk lamp. Accent lighting highlights architectural features, artwork, or decorative elements and helps add visual interest and ambiance. A wall sconce that you might see over a piece of artwork, that is a good example of accent lighting. So by layering lighting effectively, homeowners can create a versatile and inviting space that really caters to various activities and moods within one room. Number 6, rearrange furniture. If your living space is feeling a bit stale or uninspired, fear not. Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of rearranging to breathe new life into your home. Whether you're craving better flow or increased functionality, or again, just really a change of scenery, Rearranging your furniture is a simple yet effective way to instantly refresh the space. So let's explore the benefits of furniture rearrangement along with some ideas and tips for optimizing your layout. So first, let's talk about the benefits of rearranging furniture. One of the biggest benefits is the opportunity to create a fresh layout and flow in your space. By changing up the arrangement of your furniture, you can open up new pathways, change the traffic flow, and create a more cohesive and functional layout. Additionally, rearranging furniture can help maximize the use of space in smaller rooms, making them feel larger and more open. And of course, let us not forget the mental health benefits. Rearranging furniture has been shown to invigorate your space and inspire creativity, helping you see your home in a whole new light. So here are a few ideas for optimizing furniture placement. I know this is hard for a lot of people. So when it comes to optimizing furniture placement, it's all about finding the right balance between form and function. Start by taking stock of your existing furniture pieces and consider their size and shape and purpose. Experiment with different layouts and configurations to find the most efficient use of space while still allowing for the most comfortable movement and flow. Consider the focal points of the room, which might be a fireplace or a window or a television, and arrange furniture in a way that emphasizes and complements those features. Usually we want it all facing each other and the focal point. Don't forget about the power of symmetry and balance, which is arranging furniture in pairs or groups to create a sense of harmony and cohesion within a room. Here are some tips for creating conversation areas and focal points in a space. When rearranging furniture, it's important to consider how you want the room to function and what activities are going to take place within that room. Create designated conversation areas by arranging seating around a central focal point, such as a coffee table or maybe a fireplace or a TV like we talked about, to encourage interaction and intimacy. Arrange furniture in a way that allows for easy conversation and interaction, with seating facing each other if possible, rather than everyone pointed towards a television or electronic device. Don't be afraid to experiment with different furniture layouts until you find one that works best for your space and lifestyle. You might not hit it on the first try, that's okay. With a little bit of creativity and imagination, rearranging your furniture can completely transform your home and breathe new life into your space, sometimes without even bringing anything new in. Number 7, personalize with accessories. I like to remind everyone, your home is a reflection of who you are. Your personality, your interests, your experiences. And while the bones of your space may be beautiful, it's the accessories that truly make it feel uniquely yours. So from artwork and photographs to treasured souvenirs and trinkets collected over the years, incorporating personal touches into your home is really essential for creating a space that feels warm and inviting and distinctly you. So let's talk a little bit more about the importance of personalization. We'll also talk about some suggestions and ideas for adding those special finishing touches. So first, let's talk about the importance of incorporating personal touches. In this world of Pinterest and cookie cutter homes and mass-produced decor, adding personal touches to your space is really what is going to set it apart and make it feel like home. Personalization is much more than just decoration. It's about infusing your space with memories and stories and meaning. Again, whether it's a piece of artwork that reminds you of a favorite vacation spot, or a photograph that captures a special moment in your life, or a souvenir that holds like some sentimental value. These personal touches all add layers of depth and richness to your home and make it feel truly lived in and loved. Here are some suggestions for accessorizing. Now, when it comes to accessorizing your space, the possibilities are endless. So I suggest start by gathering meaningful items that you already have in your own home that hold special significance to you. Whether it's like family heirlooms that have been passed down through generations, a piece of art that was created by a talented friend, or again, maybe a photograph of a cherished memory. You can consider creating a gallery wall to display all of your favorite artwork or photographs, which would add visual interest and create a focal point. Try to display these treasured souvenirs and mementos on shelves, mantles, or tabletops, mixing and matching different textures, shapes, and heights for added dimension. Here are some ideas specifically for styling shelves and mantles and tabletops with such items, because this is where people can kind of go down the clutter hole. So there's a way to display these things without creating clutter. So when you're styling shelves or mantles or tabletops, think of them as mini vignettes that tell a story about who you are and what you love. So start by selecting just a few key pieces that serve as anchors for the space. As example, maybe it's a large piece of artwork or a large statement vase. And then layer in the smaller accessories, such as books, candles, and little decorative objects that will add further texture and color and visual interest. Don't be afraid to play around with scale and proportion. Usually you want to mix larger items with smaller ones to create balance and harmony. And remember, the key to successful styling is to keep it personal. Choose items that resonate with you, not that are trending on Pinterest. Pick items that resonate with you and reflect your personality and your interests. That way your space truly feels like home. So as we wrap up this episode, I hope these interior design ideas help you instantly refresh your space. It's clear that the possibilities for transforming your home are endless, and hopefully this gives you a good starting point and a few places you can look at getting started. Whether you're tackling one idea at a time or you're trying to dive in headfirst with a complete room makeover, just remember that the most important thing is to make your space feel uniquely yours. Embrace your personal style, experiment with different design elements, and don't be afraid to let your creativity and personality really shine. Your home is your sanctuary, your haven, your canvas. So make it a reflection of who you are and what you love, not what other people are doing. Now is the perfect time to take action and start refreshing your space today. Thank you so much for being here as always. I look forward to seeing you next week, and until then, home happy. I hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring. My goal with this show is to help others make changes that transform their space. But just absorbing content, even brilliant content like this, doesn't get results. Taking action does. If you are still listening, you might be ready to fully accomplish your design goals. My challenge to you is commit to taking one action right now before you don't. Taking action might look like booking a design project jumpstart, or maybe it's signing up for the free desk refresh guide, or maybe it's signing up for my mailing list, or maybe it's scheduling a complimentary connection call to virtually meet and discuss your design goals in more detail. You can find more about all those fun things I just mentioned, as well as reach out to me directly through my website, which is sukkainteriordesign.com. That is sukkainteriordesign.com. I love connecting, so please don't be a stranger. As always, thank you for tuning in and for being a part of this community. If you liked what you heard on this episode or show, please take a second to like, review, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends and family. It is truly the easiest way to show support for me and this tiny niche podcast. Until next time, take care and home happy.